Welcome back. Today we're going to explore a region founded by Rollo the Walker. Yes, the Viking. We start at one of its capitals, Caen. Breakfast is pretty essential and nothing beats a typical French one. The hotel we stayed in was pretty unique. There was literally no one working here. We accessed the hotel and the room using codes sent to us by mail. Tell us, what do you think? Is this creepy or amazing? Walking in the Norman streets is a true pleasure. They led us to the first monument called Abbaye aux Hommes. It has the tomb of its founder, Guillaume the Conqueror, who began building this edifice in 1060. Marvelous Roman architecture mingled into the Gothic style. Getting around Caen is pretty easy using trams and buses, even though you might need to use your legs to get to some places like the Collines aux Oiseaux Park. Inaugurated in 1994, this rehabilitated former landfill is a beautiful example of landscaping. Just stroll here between the lakes, check the beehive, and say hi to different normal animals. But first, join this magpie to get a panoramic view of the city. We then went out to visit the gardens of the French cities. And that is when it got intense.
Oh, Elise, ça t'es sûr? Ben, faute de labyrinthe. Wow. Dead end. لازم نروح من تاني مان. سكرة.
Luckily, happy endings do exist. My personal favorite thing to do at Caen is its World War II memorial.
La douleur m'a brisé, la fraternité m'a relevé. De ma blessure a jailli un fleuve de liberté.
Come check how Hitler rose to power, leading Nazi Germany into war against Europe. Here, you can check live war footage and learn about the division of France into two blocks. A pro-Nazi government was installed in Vichy, while de Gaulle directed the resistance from England. Just look at this SOE outfit. The war evolved into total war when the Japs attacked Pearl Harbor, initiating the War of the Pacific. And this is where it gets really sad. You get to know the atrocities committed by the Nazis against the handicapped, the political enemies like the communists, and especially the Jews. The memorial also sheds light on the atrocities committed by the Japanese against the Chinese. Fortunately, we all know the ending, and what a joy to see Paris and France liberated. It would have never happened if it weren't for the famous Normandy embarkation. You'll see where the Allies dropped the troops to begin the Nazis' downfall on the Western Front. This, of course, resulted in terrible consequences on the city. To top it all, you get to go inside a real bunker. The end of the World War II led into another world system. The whole world was separated into two groups, liberals against communists. The Cold War section starts with a 360 cinema, where you get a snapshot of Europe's modern history before learning the rest. Of course, the top of the Western-Eastern conflict resides at Berlin. They have a piece of the walls that separated West Berlin from the East. All these information must take a toll on you, so why not visit the Port de Plaisance and grab a drink from the different kiosks? I then recommend Blanc Solide for the best culinary experience.
Je veux bien te dire ça, mais non.
Lisieux, on est à Lisieux.
Our second town is not very popular among tourists.
أنا هكي بنص الجمعة برو.
The streets were deserted and we had a hard time finding our hotel, but the room was spacious and we had an amazing view on François Mitterrand Square. The first site we visited is Sainte Thérèse Basilica. The crypts showed us the parents of Thérèse, Zélie et Louis, who are also venerated in the Catholic Church. In fact, all of their daughters became nuns. We then went to Lisieux Saint-Pierre Cathedral, where the Martins used to attend Sunday Mass. You can check the spot where Sainte Thérèse first confessed her sins. She was so small that the priest couldn't see her. After a quick lunch, we had to go in depth into the Martin story. This is why we followed the blue line.
هذا البلو لاين يعني sur les pas de Sainte Thérèse كنت تمشي هون.
To reach the residence at Les Buissonnets. Sainte Thérèse moved here with her dad and sisters after the death of their mother. She grew fond of the church till she joined the Sisters of the Mount Carmel. This is where she hanged her wishes for Santa. This is a bed where she almost died, but the Virgin Mary miraculously saved her. And these are the personal items that the saint wore and used. The experience was so spiritual and gave us enormous insight about the saint. To top it all, we had to go to the monastery to kneel in front of her relics. There's a section on the east of the church dedicated to Sainte Thérèse's life and the convent. I would have never imagined such a funny ending to such a holiday. We didn't only have hard time finding a place to eat, but
لسه كيف اللي ضاق على المطعم.
سلام يا مجنون اسمع صوته.
ما فيش صوت بس ليك شو في حد ما. كثير بروفيشنال. ايش في الداعية؟
fortunately, the food was so good that you felt that it was prepared by a loving family. It's nice to support local businesses over giants in the food industry. This is it for the Norman adventure. We hope you liked it, and in the meantime, go check the other videos, and if you like the content, why not subscribe?